Best day ever! Best day ever! I love it. That's a great theme.
The theme of the 136th Rose Parade rang true for this lifelong Torrance resident.
Great memory from like the earliest little kid carrying our chairs. So I'm carrying my chair today. Keeping the tradition alive. My dad, who just died this year, West Torrance teacher, he loved to come, so we're all at the parade to honor him. The whole event of getting to the parade, like where are you going to sit, how are you going to get in there, it's a whole adventure.
The best day ever is no easy feat. It took around 40 volunteers per shift to complete the float.
One gentleman takes the train in from Texas every year, and 2 gentlemen drive down from Sacramento every year. So not only is it just the local community that gets involved, once you're embraced by the Torrance community, people come back year after year to be part of the float experience.
On this officials night, Torrance resident Bruce Arnheim makes sure our float is set for perfection.
There are judges that come pretty much every day. Theme, artistry, use of color, those are the kinds of things that they're looking for. Every part of the float has to be covered. And so what I'm doing is I'm filling in holes.
On the other side, another volunteer works on more visible pieces.
I'm an artist, so doing the seaweed, doing the fish, all pretty fun. The most tedious, I would say, would be putting this yellow on the fish. It had to be very intricate and couldn't get into the black or the white. It had to be very precise.
While this was the last night for finishing touches, it was the first look for city officials.
Normally, we're not going to get this close to a float, and we're really seeing the people and how the real work gets done. You appreciate how much effort it takes. The amount of detail, I think it's some kind of a jalapeno pepper on the back, and the seeds they do. It's just very creative. It looks like a real sea turtle.
The mayor is right. The float's designer tells us exactly what was used on the turtle.
It includes like a lot of natural elements, so we used jalapenos, locally sourced of course, and flax seeds and whatnot.
High schools in Torrance hold a contest for students to design a float, and one winner is picked each year.
I'm ecstatic. It's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I'm very proud and happy that I can represent Torrance as well as my family.
Once a student's chosen, it's embracing that student's idea. So her idea was the most wonderful day she could ever have is someplace on a pristine island with beautiful animals, flora and fauna. When you really start looking inside and think about the entire use of the floral design, it's really rich and complex.
The thoughtfulness goes beyond the float's overall design. Each section has its own story.
These are the rose vials that are going on the front of the float, and every one of these happens to have in memory of someone or in honor of someone. This one says something about Joanne. It has every family member's name. I love you forever. It's a $10 donation, and you get to tell your family, oh my gosh, you're on the Rose Float.
Our outgoing president, Beverly Finley, decided to give a little homage, and she named the different animals, and I think the most important one is Thelma, our turtle, who everyone is in love with, and that's in honor of her mother.
We have a lot of coral on our float. The bottom of the coral is actually cut broccoli, and the tops of the broccoli, that is actually over on the Louisiana float, so nothing goes to waste. We share whatever product we can.
Details like these led Torrance to its 3rd year in a row winning the Princess Award.
The award recognizes our size of float for the most beautiful use of flowers. So I just want to say a big thank you to our florists. They are so creative.
We really take pride in our float. We're very, very meticulous about our float, so I think that's why we always win.
Creating a float like this is a year-round effort. The Torrance Rose Float Association is already accepting applications for next year's design, and organizers say new volunteers are always welcome. For more information, go to torrancerosefloat.org. I'm Nicole Nash with the City of Torrance.